This week on the Spotlight, we talk about the end of the Tibbs era, and it makes me sad. And then we go to Robin Ventura, who's managing so far has made me sad. And then we go to Jack's in Lansing, and that's a riot. That's fun.
Hey, what's up, Patrick? This is D Rose. I just want to say congratulations on your 14th Hunter show. Hope you much success and continue to do your thing. Thank you.
Check out my website, benkowski.com, for my weekly article and up-to-the-minute trivia sites. It's the 27th year of the Lansing Floral Sports Spotlight. Flowers for every imaginable occasion at Lansing Floral Shop. Call them at 708-474-1212. They deliver. You've got to get to the Cove for Benkowski Trivia Wednesday, June 17th at 8 p.m. Great people, great game. 1750 East 55th Street. I predict the Blackhawks will have won the cup by then, so get to the Cove for my trivia game. You will like it. The Dirty Sock is a place you need to experience. Alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. Great food, great drink. 93rd and Roberts Road. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. You've got to get to Dr. Sherman Clay, chiropractor. Gentle adjusting. Most insurance accepted. Massage therapy, too. Walk-ins are welcome. Call 773-324-4325. That's HEAL. Dr. Sherman Clay. Calabria Imports has Italian foods and a great deli. You mention this TV ad, and you get a free Joe tea with a sandwich order. Conveniently located at 1905 West 103rd Street, Calabria Imports has great stuff. Check it out. I do all the time. Since 1967, El Jardín has been serving the finest Mexican food. Before, after, or during ball games, located conveniently just 3 blocks south of Wrigley Field, 3335 North Clark. Whether there's a game or not, you still get hungry, and El Jardín has great service, great food, and great drinks. I've enjoyed every meal I've had there, and you will too. So get to El Jardín for great Mexican food at 3335 North Clark Street in Chicago. You'll be glad you did. 773-233-7044. They're doing a great job for me. They'll do a great job for you. Family Dentist, Lawrence Ferlin. Welcome to another edition of the Spotlight. Yeah, Fred Hoiberg is in. Tom Thibodeau's out. So we're going to show you some Tom Thibodeau, his final moments as Bulls coach.
Defense, we probably could have done a lot better than we did.
Tom, I know there's been a lot of speculation about your future here. Do you expect to be coaching this team here next season?
Yeah, I mean, until they tell me I'm not, I expect to be here. So that's the way I'm approaching it.
Tom, what do you think team needs going forward to get better, to get by LeBron and whoever else?
Yeah, I would say it'd be premature right now to, when the season ends, what you'd like to do is decompress, then take a long look at it to evaluate, what is needed in moving forward. So I don't want to say too much on that right now.
Tom, you got Pau Gasol back, and he got off to a pretty good start early, but just talk about his night.
Yeah, I want to give Pau a lot of credit for, he gave us everything that he had. And, obviously he was laboring, but I think it speaks a lot as to who he is. He knew the situation that we were in, and that's what he could give us, and he gave us everything that he had, and he had a terrific season for us.
Obviously, until they tell you I'm not, you expect to be here, but there's quite a bit of chatter about other teams showing interest in you. How will you handle that if other teams approach you and ask
I
for
haven't even
permission to
thought
be-
about it. I haven't thought about it.
Tom, I know you talked about this a little earlier, but with the season being up and down and stuff, but how would you judge this season? Like, how do you characterize it if someone said, characterize this season for the Bulls?
Well, there's some good, some bad. It's not for me to judge. I have my own things that I'll look at in terms of, where we are, the things we accomplished. I think for the team to stick together the way they did, it's a credit to them. I believe our starters played in 20 games, and they probably played in less practices than that. So it's a credit to them that we were able to do what we did.
Tom, tough to reflect this close back here. Tough to reflect on the season this soon after a loss, but in retrospect, did the noise, did the distraction, the speculation take a toll on your team emotionally, mentally, cause lose focus?
Like I've mentioned this before, like in this league, and if you're a pro, it's easy to get sidetracked, and you always want to guard against that. So, if you want to find an excuse, you can. You want to make good, you can. And, there's always a lot of adversity. And it's, I think it's the way you look at things. I think being mentally tough through adversity is huge. The adversity, you have to look at it in terms of an opportunity to grow. And I thought our team handled that part well. And, whether, it's trade talk or injuries, whatever it might be. And I think you eliminate all that stuff. If you're building the right habits all season long, then you don't allow yourself to get distracted.
Hey, Tom, Derek ended up having no free throw attempts today, but going into the game, a lot of people thought he's going to have to get to the line quite a bit. He only got 3 attempts the last game. First 2, he wasn't getting any, then they were calling him. I mean, any thoughts on him not having 1 free throw attempt in this game at all?
Yeah, I don't know. In general, I think it's tough right now. I think he's not an easy guy to officiate because of his strength combined with the speed and quickness. And so I do think there's a lot of contact where he doesn't get calls. And I also think because of his nature, he never complains. He's not one of those guys that's exaggerating contact or whining to the officials. That's not him. So, but overall, I think when Derek has a chance to take a step back, he'll feel good about where he is. And as I said, I think he's regained confidence, and I think he'll be ready to roll going forward.
You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater candles. They want you to plan your parties early at a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop. Give them a call, 708-474-1212. Kim G. Sherman, psychotherapist, Des Plaines Wellness Center. Therapy for individuals, couples, families. Call 847-962-4849. I've known Kim for over 20 years. She is a true professional, and she will help you. Give her a call. Family Dentist, Lawrence Furland, EDS, 109th and Kedzie, crowns, veneers, cleanings, improving your smile. They do a great job. Call 773-233-7044. Excellent work, impeccable. Call the Family Dentist, 773-233-7044. They did a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. Nuevo Leon, for the best Mexican cuisine since 1962. Serving every day from 7 a.m. to midnight. Conveniently located 1515 West 18th Street, just a block east of Ashland in Chicago. Of course, they have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and a wide range of menu items. Everything from steak, seafood, to breakfast, to chicken, pork, dine-in, carry-out. Tacos, enchiladas, everything you can imagine, and great quality at Nuevo Leon, 1515 West 18. We're back on the spotlight, and it's time to talk manager Robin. Robin Ventura is a guy who is, a couple weeks ago, was being intensely analyzed. And there was some kind of gossipy talk about him maybe being in some trouble. At that time, the White Sox were coming off a dismal road trip at Minnesota. But as we hit the videotape here, the Sox are winners of 9 of 12, coming off a great road trip at Oakland. It's amazing the difference 2 weeks can make in a baseball season. So the question is, maybe, which is the real White Sox team? Which team does Robin have the handle on? He'll tell you he can guide this thing and keep it rolling. Let's listen.
Early in the year.
Could you see anything with Rodon's mechanics the other night when he had the ball strike command problems?
Maybe coming off a bit. I think, once you start with the, just not being able to locate a fastball, that's when you know somebody's kind of coming off. And I think he's young, probably trying to throw a little bit harder, locate it. But, again, we know he's got good stuff, and he does make adjustments. So, expect that for him to make those adjustments when we get back out there.
Avi's off to a pretty hot start, but where can he grow his game here?
He's doing pretty good right now. I think anytime you start going down that road where you're going to grow your game, you start eliminating the things that you're actually doing well. So just continue to let him play. I think, experience is going to be the biggest thing for him once he levels out as far as understanding what people are trying to do to him and go from there. But as far as being able to put the bat on it, he's been great. Power is there. I mean, nobody with his size doesn't really have it. So I think you saw that in Oakland his last at bat. But you kind of stay away from the we're going to take it a step further mentality. Just let him play and continue to understand the strike zone, and I think he's going to do great.
Robin, maybe more so from a fan standpoint, how much fun is this pitching matchup tonight?
It's a great match. I mean, anytime Kluber's going, these guys, we have a lot of respect for this guy. We've seen him a lot, and he deserved that Cy Young last year. I mean, he was a great pitcher, had a great year, and you just figure out a way to get on base and make something happen. And with Sale going, we're always confident when he goes out there. So it's a nice little matchup for people to see.
Kind of sounds like your approach is the more you win, the more hands off you are, and if things aren't going well, you might talk to people and kind of give them a little.
I don't know if you're hands off, but you're the same. I'm not going to sit there and nobody's having parties in there and doing that. You continue to do your business and you have confidence, but you still play the game and pick up on the things that you feel are important, and you go from there.
Robert, we're talking about the pitching that's kind of helped get a turnaround. How important have John Dank's starts been lately?
His been great. And I think not only that, but everybody pulls for him, knowing where he's been, and kind of been hit and miss there for a little bit with his starts, but he's having a lot of fun with it too. And I think when you get a veteran guy that's gone through the battles that he has, and now he's looking great. I think he has that the delivery shakeup that he feels pretty confident in, and using it and being able to locate. And again, that's the biggest thing. He's throwing strikes when he needs to, and his last 2 starts have been fantastic.
Having not managed before you took this job, and you see a guy like Dan Jennings taking over Miami today, what kind of challenges does that present him, and what did it present you? Obviously, you had many years in big league dugout. He does not.
Right now, I'm just kind of focused on what we're doing. I know I heard about it, but I don't know all the things of his background. So that's whatever they're doing is they're doing. I'm trying to stay here and focus on this.
Robin, how big is it for Avi and Abreu to be kind of playing together, kind of see each other and be a reminder to each other how to not get out of your game, not try to get too big? It seems like they're trying to, Avi's playing a little similar to
I think you see when Avi came back, I think that's part of the experience of him being able to be around and in the lineup playing when Hosey was going through that great run he had last year, is you're able to see, he had the homers early, but he still was a tough out, taking the ball the other way. realizing that the power is there. So, Avi, he's aware. He's an intelligent kid that pays attention and has drive and wants to be good. So those are things that just rub off on each other, and they're both good for each other to be right next to each other, not only, sometimes in the lineup, but, in the clubhouse too.
Is there anything to be said about you guys have turned it around and played, had the really nice trip, and Abreu, wasn't having one of his stretches where he really stepped up and was the main guy?
Well, he's had some, big moments for us to be able to do this. So, we won games. Usually it's tough to go out and play in Oakland. Everybody knows that. It's a different kind of place, but I don't know if you're expecting Jose to hit 5 homers on a road trip, but he was in the middle of a lot of things. So I think, the lineup complements each other, and those guys understand that.
With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. Go play at Red Shoes Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski in Alsip, featuring 16 Brunswick Gold Crown pool tables, drop fluorescent lighting fixtures, and a fabulous grade of cloth. Call 708-388-3700. And now video gaming is available at Red Shoes from open till close. And don't forget, the Illinois Lottery too. That's Red Shoe Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski. You know you should get to the Dirty Sock on alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. when I do my trivia game. They have great food, great drink, great people at 93rd and Roberts Road. It's a fun place. I've been going there for years. So start coming out on Thursday nights at least. I'll see you at 8 o'clock. We'll have fun. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie does tune-ups, transmission, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes, and emission system repair. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and they've done a great job for me. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie. You've got to get to Papa Joe's new location, 5900 West 111th Street. Italian beef, tetrazzini, great pizza, Parmesan, ravioli, and more. All my classic choices. New location, and they can still deliver into the city. Get to Papa Joe's.
Name the sequel for which Robert De Niro in 1974 won his Best Supporting Actor.
See me licking on my fingers?
5 seconds. Going.
Godfather Part 2.
Godfather Part 2 is right. And the Bolts to 1370. Night Out is up. For the lead. Forward answer. In 1953, Frank Sinatra won Best Supporting Actor for this war film I just saw about a week ago on TV. Five seconds, play, pass, or throw. Going. Throwing. No.
Where's the bigger box? Which box? That one or that one?
That's this one. Watch your foot, because I am. Came in a little hard. We go to Del Santo. You know this famous war movie, or you want to throw? Okay. Second throw for you guys. Oh, a little hard. Pints. Frank Sinatra, Best Supporting Actor. Going. Stooges. Here to Eternity is Right. Holy cow. 1880 for Stooges. T-Bolts are up. Yes. Edmund Gwynn won Best Supporting Actor in the 40s for this Christmas film. It's played every year around that time on TV.
Miracle on 34th Street.
Yes, Miracle on 34th Street. 180, nice play. 1450. You're knocking at the Night Out door. Night Out. When the award first started in the 30s, this man won 3 of the first 6. And then later in the 60s, he was on the comedy The Real McCoys. Five seconds. Play, pass, or throw. Going. Going. Walter Brennan is correct. Oh, at the last millisecond.
And we'll be back with more from Jax next week here on the Spotlight. Now some messages.
I eat on the pasta twice just...
Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria at Grand and Racine is the place to go before United Center Pavilion, Bulls, Hawks, Cubs, and Sox too. Dine in or carry out with great family recipes, including homemade pastas, steaks, seafood, a great fun bar area. Meet people. Have a tremendous time at Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria, Grand and Racine. You'll find a great variety of foods for you to enjoy at Salerno's. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie is great. Tune-ups, transmissions, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. They do a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. They're quick, and they don't charge an arm and a leg. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair, 108th and Kedzie. You've got to get to Shelton Fireworks, the world's largest warehouse, off Interstate 94, exit 22B in Porter, Indiana. Row after row of the best fireworks anywhere, from the little ones to the grand finales that'll end your show. Birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, in addition to the 4th of July. Just get over there to Shelton Fireworks now. Then you can reload by the time summer comes. Shelton Fireworks, I-94, exit 22B in Portage. Reggie's is a great place with tons of music, interesting people and staff, great food and drink at 21st and State. And amongst the cool things they have, Benkowski Trivia. All shows are now Monday at 6 p.m. Reggie's, 21st and State, a fun place. You better get to Jackie's Hot Dogs, open past midnight 7 days. 2 Polish and fry, $5.69. Gyros plate with big fries, $8.59. Big Baby double cheese, $2.85. Tamales, Italian beef, pizza puff, shakes, chicken breast, onion rings, and more at 5415 South Pulaski. They have it all going on at Jackie's Hot Dogs. I highly recommend it. I eat there periodically. I love it. You should try it too. Welcome to another edition of the Benkowski Sports Spotlight. And how can we open the show from anywhere else except the Chicago Stadium, which houses 2 teams in the Final Four of their respective leagues. Of course, the Chicago Bulls and their war against the Knicks have emerged, but the Blackhawks got there first. And they had a very intense Game 1 against the Edmonton Oilers last Saturday night. But this series started much better than the one 2 years ago. Steve Larmer scores to make it 1-0 Blackhawks, but it wouldn't last for long. Still in the first, ex-Hawk Dave Manson blasted for the Oilers, and the game was tied at 2 after 1. Mike Peluso, of all people, scores to give the Hawks a 3-2 lead, and then Jeremy Roenick scores his second as the Hawks scored 3 in 1:26, a club record. Michel Goulet ups it to 6-2 in the third period. Igor Kravchuk on a brilliant solo move makes it 7-2. The final was 8-2, and Mike Keenan was somewhat happy afterwards. Mike, your forechecking set up many of your goals. It was virtually clinical at times. How did you assess your forecheck?
Well, I thought that as the game progressed, we were forechecking very strongly. I thought that we were taking away their offense and their breakouts from their defensive zone pretty well, and that was the key of keeping the sustained pressure in their zone.
Was that 3-goal outburst in a minute and a half the second the key to the game?
I thought so at the time, but as the game went on, it wasn't. I mean, we didn't handle they outskated us, they out-hit us, they outshot us, they outplayed us in all departments. There's no excuses on our part. I'm not going to say we played poorly, but we certainly got badly beat by a much better hockey club tonight.
When was the last time you were on a club that was this hot, this late?
Probably when I was Pee-wee.
Did you win the championship that year?
I was saying to a couple of guys, I said every league that I've played in, we've won a championship of the league, except for the NHL. So we're all going to be working for that one goal, and we have to take it one step at a time and try to raise our play, to a higher level each time we step on the ice.
It was a fairly clean game, but there was some effort to goad people into some penalties. It seemed like Tikkanen was after you a little bit. Can you shed any light on that?
No, he's a competitor. He's a great player. He's a lot of character, and he's getting beat. He just wants to maybe get his guys going a bit, but it's going to get a lot rougher than this before we're done.
Forechecking seemed to set up so many of them. This was really a clinic on forecheck.
Well, that's our game, Pat. Forechecking, we have to get good dumps, cross-ice dumps, and we have to get hard in the defense and take the body on them, and they realize we're coming hard, and that's where we get a lot of our chances from.
Game 2 of the Final Four Monday night at the Stadium, and Edmonton breaks on top. Anatoly Semenov picks up the defensive mistake. Oilers lead 1-0. Then it was 2-0 as Bernie Nichols lights the lamp for the Oilers. But Steve Larmer comes back strong to make it 2-1 on the feed from Roenick, and that was it after the first period. Brilliant Edmonton goaltending by Bill Ranford, making a big save here, 1 of 41 on the night. Ed Belfour was good too, but somewhat lucky here as this puck slides past. In the third period, Larmer scores again to even it at 2 apiece. The Hawks had more life. And then Larmer feeds Michel Goulet for the game winner. Mateau added a fourth, and the Hawks in command in the series. And that's why the Blackhawks pull out Game 2 in a very dramatic fashion. Let's go to the locker room and talk to Steve Larmer and a couple of others about why the Hawks are in command in this series. In past situations like this, do you sense a greater composure on this Blackhawk club with more veterans of playoff experience than maybe the last times you got this far as a Hawk?
Yeah, I think so, but the league is different than it was 5-6 years ago too. I mean, there's a lot more parity, and on any given night, any team can beat any team, and you just have to be ready to go out and play, whether it's during the regular season or during the playoffs.
Steve, on any given night, you've won 9 games in a row. I mean, that's pretty good dominance.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't think that we're really dominating that much. We're coming out on top, or we have for 9, but a lot of those games could have went either way.
Thanks for watching. See you next week. This week's show has been brought to you by the Lansing Floral Shop. Call for your flowers at 708-474-1212. Huck Finn, a great wide-ranging menu, along with donuts and ice cream. Open 24 hours at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Imprint Graphics, leaders in booklet, perfect bound saddle stitch, very competitive pricing. Call 708-396-1010.